The morning air was crisp as I walked along the ranch's eastern pasture, checking the security cameras and the perimeter fences. Everything seemed calm, until the unmistakable sound of tires skidding on grass reached my ears. The HOA cops were at it again, driving recklessly across our property, donuts and burnouts marking the pristine pasture with black streaks of tire rubber. Their arrogance had reached new levels, and Grandpa, naturally, had already prepared a lesson that would leave them rethinking their approach. I activated the cameras and the hidden sensors along the pasture. Every wheel spin, every reckless maneuver, and every shouted order from their SUV would be documented. Grandpa leaned on the porch railing, a faint smile playing on his lips. "Some people really don't learn from warnings," he said. "They'll learn today, whether they want to or not." As the SUV approached the fence line, spinning and leaving deep tracks in the grass, Grandpa whispered, "Time." I hit the remote that controlled the automated pasture gate system. Suddenly, the gates, weighted and reinforced, closed just enough to prevent exit but without endangering the occupants. The SUV skidded to a stop, the tires spinning in panic as the drivers tried to maneuver, only to realize they were trapped. Grandpa grabbed his keys, started up the ranch's tow tractor, and calmly drove toward them. "This is your cue to leave," he said, calm but firm. The crew panicked, trying to reverse, but the heavy vehicle and strategically placed obstacles left them immobilized. I documented everything, ensuring that every second was recorded. The cameras caught the exact moment the SUV was immobilized, the panicked faces of the HOA cops, and Grandpa's calm, deliberate approach. Every reaction was priceless, proof that preparation and knowledge of the land far outweighed their arrogance. Grandpa attached the SUV to the tow tractor with a heavy-duty chain and began dragging it toward the pond at the edge of the property. "Sometimes lessons are best delivered with a little drama," he said, sipping his iced tea. The SUV's wheels churned through mud as it was slowly guided toward the water's edge. By the time the vehicle reached the shallow pond, the crew had stopped resisting, realizing that any further attempts to intimidate or escape would be futile. Grandpa carefully submerged the tires just enough to immobilize them entirely, leaving the crew soaked, humiliated, and helpless. The water reflected the sun, turning the scene into a dramatic tableau of authority, preparation, and consequence. Karen, the HOA president, arrived just as the scene unfolded, screaming into her phone and gesturing wildly. "You can't do this. This is harassment," she shouted. Grandpa, unbothered, calmly waved at her. "You're trespassing," he said, "and trespassing has consequences." I ensured that the entire encounter, from reckless driving to immobilization, was captured on multiple cameras. Every detail, every violation, and every stunned reaction was documented, leaving no room for future claims or attempts to twist the narrative. The HOA crew's arrogance had been met with precision, strategy, and authority, and the result was undeniable. By afternoon, the SUV had been retrieved, the crew humiliated, and the pasture restored to its peaceful state. The cattle grazed calmly, oblivious to the drama that had unfolded in their midst. Grandpa leaned against the porch railing, eyes twinkling. "Next time they think about spinning tires on someone else's land, they'll remember today," he said. The ranch settled into an afternoon of calm serenity. The message was unmistakable. Audacity without foresight, arrogance without preparation, and recklessness on private property would always meet consequences. Here, strategy, authority, and vigilance reigned supreme. As the sun set over the pasture, the reflection on the pond shimmering off the SUV's immobilized tires, the lesson was complete. The HOA had been reminded, once again, that on this land, every overreach had a price, and every trespasser would leave humbled, thoroughly documented, and utterly powerless.